I hope everybody is doing good. You know, we hope everybody had a nice, safe, and happy Halloween. You didn't get hella drunk and shit. My ass got drunk, nigga. I got fucked up. I ain't lying. I had to though, man. It was Halloween. I don't usually dress up on no Halloween, man. I'm not a dress up person. I ain't finna dress up, and there was a lot of dressed up people though. That shit. They take they go over the edge when it comes to a holiday. So you know they went over the edge with it, man. But me myself, I was just out. You know what I mean? I just tapped in with the nightlife, man, and it's had a fire ass time and just did what I do. But it don't matter, man. I still was, through it all, thinking about the dogs and how the look has changed. Because it was said in the Razor Edge community, stock isn't supposed to be the same. The brood stock isn't supposed to be the same. So therefore, it's a way to refresh and clean your blood. It was supposed to be a way to refresh and cleanse your blood by taking your dog and breeding it to a Staffordshire, or taking your dog and breeding it to somebody else. That was how you refreshed your dog. Hey man, what's up? What's up, Flexi Bully? Drop that knowledge. You know what it is, man. It's just like, what it is I got a problem with how they remade Razor's Edge, how they remade the bully. And the bully that they got don't even fuck with it. You can't even fuck with a Razor's Edge dog. It can't do nothing that it can do. And they don't refresh the blood. Refreshing the blood, if they would have refreshed the blood, some of the blood wouldn't look bulldogish. It wouldn't look bulldogish. There's terrier in the blood. Real terrier in the blood, like shit. Y'all just don't know. There's terrier dogs in the blood. But when it comes to the American Bully, which you don't know what the fuck that is, the real American Bully, the one that, was created, Razor's Edge, nigga, #1 bully that was created. You have to refresh that blood. You have to bring shit to something else. The instructions was on the manual before we got the new dogs, and the new dogs, I like them. Don't never get me misunderstood when I say I don't like them. But I don't like them. Nah, man, you can't take an athletic dog and fuck it up to a nothing dog that don't move. I don't like that. And I'm pretty sure there's a million motherfuckers that wouldn't like that. You know what I mean? The band dog was in that dog. That's the thing. What's in the American Bully? You have to keep asking that same fucking question. Your dogs, we don't know what the fuck is in. Nobody knows what that dog is. Nobody knows what that dog is. So that's sometimes when you have to go all the way back to the drawing board, come back up in here and let people know where these dogs come from. These dogs were originated from Pit Bull, Staffordshire Terrier. That fucking band dog was a Mastiff. The band dog was also an American Bulldog. Because there was dogs that was used in Razor's Edge. Allegedly. That probably ain't even on the paperwork. There were bigger dogs. And they were added to a program. You got to understand, the Razor's Edge program was meant to be big. It was a bigger dog program. So the American Bully in itself should be a big dog, period. You shouldn't have an XL class, if you ask me. You shouldn't even have it, because a regular classic dog, a regular standard pit bull could make you a fucking XL. They make all types of size dogs. except a micro. They don't make no mic. I don't know where the micro came in at. I don't know where the little small dogs came in at. That's some, to be truthful, beware of a small dog, because that dwarfism shit, that inbreeding shit, you don't really want that. So beware of a small dog, because it could be heavily inbred. When you got a heavily inbred dog, you got a dog with a big old head. You got a dog with a small brain. He got a small brain. Some of them have Down syndrome. Have you noticed that some of these dogs just lean their heads any type of way? Or some of them may just stand there and don't look at you. They'll stand there and really don't look at you. Have you noticed that some of these dogs got droopy eyes? You got a droopy eyed dog. It could be said that that's a different breed. When you see a droopy eyed dog and his skin is all lazy and it look like it's falling down, it could be said that that's a different breed. But really, that's, if you looking at it from a medical point of view and looking to see how your dog is truly acting, that's Down syndrome. And that's been said in the bully world long before I even thought about saying it. That's been said a long time ago, man, that the dogs do have Down syndrome. That's why their skin fall down on their face. You know, like when a person has a stroke and then they just can't control the nerves in their skin, so are they muscles, so their skin kind of hang when you have a stroke? That's what the dogs are starting to look like. Look at them dogs and then notice people who've had strokes. Notice people who have Down syndrome. And then go look at a dog, a normal dog with Down syndrome. I guarantee you, you'll look at another American bully and you'll say the same thing. The dog has Down syndrome. Not only that, but he can't even think right. These dogs ain't even thinking right. And then, see, this is the only reason I'm saying this is because you took and made these dogs when you already know the lineage, or some of you probably don't, but the lineage of how Razor's Edge was even created to make the American bully in itself. In itself, you disrespected Gray Line. You disrespected Blue Pride. You disrespected Gotti Line. You disrespected Razor's Edge with these little ass dogs. Now you got dozens of them motherfuckers out there, but they don't do nothing. You want to know why? Because they didn't come from the same fucking lineage. You ain't got no Beelzebub in that dog, and if you got Beelzebub in that dog, from the watchdog, from the Chaos Watchdog, which is in Razor's Edge, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that is already on the paperwork though. But when you look at y'all paperwork, ain't no Beelzebub in there. Ain't no Chaos blood in there. You got different blood, the new blood. So what does the new blood do? Is it new blood built from bulldog blood? Yeah. That's exactly where it's built from. It's built from bulldog blood, y'all. And we have to keep that much real. You know, there was taller dogs used in the Razor's Edge bloodline, allegedly, that was not mentioned on the paperwork, and you really don't know what they were. I've yet to see a Camelot dog on the paperwork of, I don't know, they're probably on there. I just don't got the paperwork that shows a Camelot dog. But you got to remember that there was some of that was, alleged said to be off in Razor's Edge. Although there was dogs that was said that was in there that were never mentioned in Razor's Edge. Because everybody going to say something about, oh man, Razor's Edge is just not perfect, and there was something that happened in Razor's Edge too. There was something that happened in everybody's dog. But you can see in the dog what direction the person was going. Come on, man. I don't think it was one person going in the direction of Small. I just still like to ask people right now today, what is the meaning of the fucking small dog? What is the meaning of them? Why would you want to make a small dog? I mean, is this small dog? Because the very first pocket dog didn't come from dogs; it came from Razor's Edge. That's basically one of the truest statements ever. You know, you had fucking Lil Ro right after Cairo. You had Lil Ro took over Razor's Edge. A lot of y'all dogs should have Lil Ro on the paperwork. Because Cairo wasn't making y'all a lot of y'all dogs. Cairo was not making a lot of the dogs that you guys own or even have on your paperwork today. But you most definitely should have Lil Ro on your paperwork if you've been breeding the bully for a long time. So that's what they say, but I don't never believe it when I look at the work. Because the dogs that you got, they are not even in none of the fucking magazines that created this shit. None of them. There was magazines that created this shit, man. The Atomic Dog magazines and everything. And all of these #1 breeders, you know, today's breeders with the I like the game. Let's get that shit understood. I love the bully game. I love the game, but I see that today's breeders remade it. You took out Short Shot. There was a dog named Short Shot. A Razor's Edge Short. He wasn't a Razor's Edge dog. Well, he was a Razor's Edge dog, but he was True Tank's dog. There was a dog named Paradise. You don't have none of those dogs on your paperwork. Short Shot or Paradise. You say you've been breeding for 30 years with no Short Shot and no Paradise on the paperwork. Do you got West Coast Gotti on there? The real Gotti. Because the real Gotti, he was a big old dog. It was alleged that he had Mastiff in him. It was alleged. It was alleged. It was alleged that he had Neapolitan Mastiff in him. That's what made him bigger. Gotti. That's what made him bigger. So you took a gray line dog and bred it to a Neil. I don't know. This is just what was alleged. You took a gray line dog, which was the notorious Juan Gotti, come off of Cali Love and Raider 2, direct fucking gray line. You took that shit under the covers because it ain't never on the paperwork or nothing like that. This is alleged. And you bred that shit to a Neapolitan Mastiff. That's what alleged. And then the puppy from that they called Gotti. This was alleged. You got to change the dog some kind of way. You can't breed gray line and say you got motherfucking Gotti. That's bullshit. You can't breed that shit. So we got to change him. He got to be changed. Now, it was alleged that the motherfucker got changed with the Neapolitan Mastiff, that big old blue dog with the droopy skin, the lazy eyes. That's already gonna fuck a gray line dog smooth the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? Smooth the fuck up. That gray line dog, he ain't gonna look nothing like no gray line dog after this. When they fuck him up right now, he ain't gonna look shit like no gray line dog. Oh, it's all good, one Lee. How you doing today? Now, he ain't gonna look shit like it. That's how it was. That's what I heard. That's just what I heard. That you know, it's alleged that's how he was created. Neapolitan Mastiff. Gotti was alleged to be created by Neapolitan Mastiff and Gray Line Dog. That's how Gotti came about. That's alleged. And Miyagi's ass got pulled out too. And any other dog that they sneak in, like them little bulldogs they sneaking in today, they just gonna get pulled out. And they should get pulled out. Because you're cheating the game. You cheating the game. There was already miniature dogs. Before you even made your miniature dog, some of y'all, they fucked up a breeding one time. And you know, he bred, this is what he said, he bred two Paddington dogs, too tightly bred, and they came out with Lil Ro. It was an inbreeding done too tight. Way too tight, and you came out with Lil Ro. So Lil Ro was kind of like a defect too, you know, in a way. You know, an inbred dog is a hurt dog too, a little bit. But, you know, that's what happened. And Lil Ro came out smaller. And it was alleged said that when you breed Razor's Edge too tight, you get smaller dogs. You don't have to breed Razor's Edge to a bulldog. I don't know where that shit come from. Them bulldogs, where they'll shove a bulldog in anything. Just shove that motherfucker in there. And man, it just kind of like just trips out the whole game, man. I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? Off this coffee, man, and smoking this blunt. Because when I get off this coffee and I smoke this blunt and I start looking at these guys' dogs when they walk them down the street, they got tricolored dogs with white chests. Now, you got to look at this as a bully world. And you don't want to call a dog a mutt. This is what you say. You don't. Most of the people out here say they don't want nobody calling their dogs no mutt. And we shouldn't call them a mutt. But this motherfucker's tricolored with tan points, with white legs and a white chest. That motherfucker look hella rat terrier. Hella rat terrier. He looks so fox terrier till it's a shame. But they won't say it. And they will not show it. Shit all over Razor's Edge. Shit all over Razor's Edge. Talk about Razor's Edge. Is too tall. He look like a reindeer. He's too leggy. But you got a white fucking tricolored dog and a merle. And a merle. And a pink. Now we got the new dog, Velvet. I don't know where the Velvet come from. How the fuck did you even take a dog and make Velvet? See, this is just all crazy shit. And then they shit it on the American Bully. The face of the bully, which was Razor's Edge. And they bought a ring full of dogs out that could do nothing. I like dogs. I like all those dogs. But you know what? None of them dogs can compete to a Razor's Edge dog. So when the lie was told that we're going to shit on Razor's Edge for the new dogs, a lot of people that are Razor's Edge fans, man, going to have something to say about that. Like, fuck no. Look at your dog. He can't even run over a gate. He goes up under the gate. It's not possible. You're supposed to refresh that blood. That's what Dave said, right? Well, not to your dog. If you're breeding that little 13-inch dog, I don't know what to say about that motherfucker. He's all fucked up. He ain't going to be winning too much of nothing no time soon. I wish I could send you pictures of a couple dogs to see what you think. Send them. You know, I mean, I only want to be truthful with a lot of these bully breeders. They got dogs that they know are clear mutts. they clear mutts. The paperwork ain't reading right, and then they shit it all over Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge clearly made the bully game. Like it was said before, no dog would ever be able to be showed on no floor today if it wasn't for Razor's Edge and Gotti. And just to see every dog out here not Razor's Edge and not Gotti, that's a total disrespect to the American Bully. Just totally disrespect. I don't know why this guy chose to call. It's a total disrespect to the American Bully, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you know that a dog got Mastiff in there or a dog got Bandog in there, you shouldn't even want to breed that shit. If you know a dog is really throwing micros and, you know what I mean, ain't gonna work. If they throwing micros, sorry y'all, somebody keep calling. It's this girl. And she is not gonna leave me alone. A's and no B's. You know what I'm saying? The community, though, as a whole, asked for the pocket class after they wanted to bite. After they wanted to make a Cairo. Cairo wasn't alleged to be a pocket dog. It was Lil Roll. That was the pocket dog. So after Cairo, after Lil Roll, and everybody seen Lil Roll, which he really wasn't even a like dog like that, but everybody else liked it. So when they seen Lil Roll, they wanted to bite. They wanted to bite, and they went and mixed dogs. Now, a lot of these motherfuckers, just like I said, they got to. You didn't even notice this shit. I noticed it, but I don't know if y'all noticed it. The Rat Terrier and the Fox Terrier and the miniature pinscher right off the dribble. Then you got to notice the Chinese Shar-Pei. They snuck that motherfucker in there a long time ago. And I think he came for the eyes and the nose. You know what I'm saying? He also came for the blue color. But now they're using it to call him Velvet. What else dogs did I see being snuck in there besides a bulldog? Because I seen dogs being snuck in there besides a bulldog. And it was dogs that, you can see that some of these dogs were just too fucking pretty. Like I said before, that was all Razor's Edge. And you was mixing those dogs to the Razor's Edge. Because you wanted a pocket. The American Bully community asked for the pocket class. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you would ask for a micro dog. Can I ask some people in the American Bully world, what is the meaning of a micro dog? Why would you want it? Why would you want to change American Bully like Razor's Edge to a micro dog? It was never micro. It was never meant to be micro. Camelot is not micro. Watchdog, Chaos Blood, none of that shit's micro. Gaffline dogs, the band dog, none of that shit's micro. See, that was the disrespect to the American Bully. The whole game is disrespect. I just want to just ask the game now because the whole game is fucking disrespect. Every dog that don't carry, there's people in this game right now that since you don't own an Atomic Dog magazine, you would never even know the dogs that was in there. And there was some dogs in them fucking magazines that was bulldogs. Never even seen these dogs. Never even seen how big some of these big ass dogs could be. Never even gave a fuck either. Because it's about the look. You can make a big nice dog with the same fucking look that you got on that small dog that can't do shit. You can put that look back where you got it from on a big dog and make the same shit as you got today. But to be truthful, if you ask somebody what's the name of the alleged big dogs, big giant dogs, that was added to the Razor's Edge program, you probably wouldn't get an answer. And then somebody would be like, no, we probably didn't, I don't know about that. We added other big old dogs. Yeah, it was big dogs added. Like I told you, it's a lot of people up here in California don't even got action at original Razor's Edge blood. You ain't even got action at it. You ain't even got action at it. Those dogs don't even live around here. You can't go around here and find a Saluki. You just can't. They don't have those dogs in this region. They don't have them. You can't go around and just find those dogs, man. There was other dogs though. Believe me when I tell you. I don't know. They probably won't tell you, about the real ancestral, but I don't know. They probably they probably won't tell you, you know. But you gonna get a dog in every litter that's a throwback. He gonna be looking different than all the rest of the dogs. If you took them throwbacks and you kept them and you bred them motherfuckers back, you'll get majority of what was in your dog. And some of y'all gonna come out some fluffy ass dogs. You gonna come out with Merles. That's what I said. You can't breed to any dog in the game no more because every dog in the game is carriers. They're carriers of something. They're carriers of Merle. God dang, if you get a dog carrying Merle, you just done fucked up your litter. I'm not even lying. You know, I'm not even lying. What you're supposed to be breeding to is the varieties of dogs that look the same as your dog. There are many varieties of dogs that look the same as your dog. You do not have to constantly destroy Razor's Edge. You do not have to constantly fuck up the American Bully even more than what is fucked up now, because y'all damn near, a lot of people in the world damn near got people not even wanting no bully no more. It ain't good for shit. It ain't good for shit. And then when you know how, like I said, we're taking out the aggression in the dogs. Hell no, the dogs are biting people. Do you watch the news? They are fucking biting people. See, they don't want to talk about the American Bully. Because if you talk about it, then you don't like the bully. Yes, I do like the bully. I like the fuck out of the bully. The American Bully? Oh, I love that motherfucker. I can guarantee you, man. I love that motherfucker, but not these dogs. I don't like no dog I can hear. I'm not supposed to be able to hear you breathe. That heavy panting, because that's what a veterinarian gonna call it, heavy panting. You're scratching the bottom of this guy's throat very bad. It's heavy panting. He's pooped. He pooped out. Say hi. They're waking up. They're waking up. They poop, man. I had them running all day long. But not only that, is around where we're at. I gotta really mention it. It's a lot of dog thieves around this motherfucker. These niggas will steal some dogs. They'll steal some dogs. They'll come in your damn house and steal a dog if you got a dog. These fools like they come in this motherfucker. They fucked though. You can't come in here with me. You come in the door, we come through that door, and then your ass gonna fly out that door. And I made sure that, you know, it happened to me already. It happened to me that somebody would come in and just take your dog, knowing that that's your family, and they take that motherfucker and run off with it. So, yeah, that's happened to me. That's happened to me. I don't really like to even show people my dogs when I'm around the neighborhood no more. I don't even like to show you a dog. My sister came over here today, and she had those little Yorkie dogs. I didn't want nobody to even see them. Nobody saw the Yorkie dogs. Nobody saw the Yorkie dogs. I will not show dogs to my neighborhood no more. But I most definitely will show them on the YouTube or something like that. Yeah, they end up getting her at the park. And you know what I'm saying? And what it was is some gangbangers that I knew. Some of them gangbangers that I knew that was, you know, we had some shit going on. And Bright Eyes was at the fucking river. She went down to the river, but she don't bite. Anybody could touch her. And she went down there to the river, and I was in my trunk of my car, and then when I turned around, I looked again, and I kept looking, and she was gone. It wasn't nobody over there. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was a crowd of Jamaicans over there. A lot of them motherfuckers. We've been getting into it real decent, and it was some homeless people over there, but they homeless. They ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So I already kind of like knew, and I never seen a car leave. The whole time I'm sitting in that park, I was like, well, damn, how these motherfuckers get the dog out of here? Ain't no cars leaving. I don't know if they took that bitch and shoved her in the trunk and just locked her in it. So I would never see her because she probably wouldn't have cried. Probably tried to dig herself out. Them people watched me with that dog. And they watched me until I turned my motherfucking head. And I swear, man, that's how it happens out here in the street, man. That's how it happens. And I like it because, it just goes to show that I'm only going to put my hands on the best shit. If it ain't going to be an active dog, I don't want it. I don't even want it because Razor's Edge was never built like that. And I don't even know why people like Oscar the Grouch. I ain't ragging on Oscar the Grouch. I'm not ragging on Oscar the Grouch. That's a long way from Cairo, man. No, a long way from Paddington. I think the Razor's Edge need to stay the same like the Doberman. That's just it. If you're gonna change it, you gotta change it for the better. You can't make a lazy dog and tell me that motherfucker's better than Razor's Edge. I got a lazy dog. I know a lazy dog ain't better than Razor's Edge. It's just not, man. It is really not. And oh shit, I had to look at this dog. She be eating up fucking cords and shit. Now when it comes to the classes, why the hell do you even need a micro? What's wrong with the classic standard? And like I said, why you even need an XL class? Why you even need it? If your dogs create this size already, why do you have to make it a class? You should have just kept classic and standard. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that American Bully can't make a real one. Can't make a XL on his own. You can have Gotti and Razor's Edge bred together, and that's gonna make an XL on his own. Greyline was a big dog before you fucked it up. Anyway, well, I don't know about a lot of you people out here, but they fucked that dog up anyway. And I don't understand it. Because you made a class of dogs that obviously ain't better than Edge. It doesn't have a better style. It don't take on better definition. It don't have a better tone. It can't win the agility contest. It can't swim. Those are things that mean something when you take your ass out in the woods. And I know that for a fact. When you go out there in them fucking woods and you got a dog that ain't no scent hound. He ain't no scent dog. He ain't no sight dog. Ain't no licking the owner when you go in the woods. We live in that shit. We live in the woods. It's darker than a motherfucker outside right now. The street lights is on. It's a couple of street lights right here. And it's dark right now, too. It's a couple of street lights on. Then when you start going up the mountain, it's just complete dark. That's when your exotic will be completely dog food. Motherfucking panther food. Nigga, cougar food. Some coming up to get your exotic if he can't fight back. And a lot of them Razor's Edges, too. We ain't gonna lie. We're gonna keep it true. We're gonna have to keep it true because a lot of them dogs can't fight. You know what I'm saying? The true reason of why a true American Bully was the look. You know what I'm saying? The look changed. Well, the look on the American Bully, right? On the Razor's Edge, it never changes. Look at Razor's Edge, then look at the dogs today. The look changed. When you got a fat, wide head on a dog, the look changed. When you see a pretty ass dog, that's a Razor's Edge dog. If he pretty. If you see a nigga with I'm telling you, man, if you see, I don't give a damn what's on his paperwork. If you see that dude with a pretty dog, that's a razor's edge dog. If the dog just looks too pretty, that's because it's razor's edge. It's full of the breeds that'll make a dog pretty too. A lot of people said pit bulls wasn't pretty, but you run your ass over there to go use the blood. I don't understand that. A lot of people said that razor's edge wasn't pretty, but you took your ass and you hid the dog in the garage, and when you bred it, you didn't put him on your paperwork. Well, like I asked before, what happened to all the razor's edge dogs that got the papers renamed on them? What happened to those dogs? All those dogs that were razor's edge dogs in all these people, 50 states, all y'all had a dog. There was at least 50 dogs all around this motherfucker. Ain't nobody got a razor's edge dog on their paperwork, but yet and still you got a pretty ass dog. The reason that he's pretty is from that pit bull, that Staffordshire that's in him, that give him that pulled, that real tight skin. They don't got tight skin like that no more. They look like old ass dogs, like old people with, you know, they just changed. Wasn't it allegedly said that the dog was supposed to look like a pit bull terrier on steroids? I would like to see a pit bull terrier on steroids right now today. And I look at many dog shows. Some of the, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth right about now. I am very not interested in going to a dog show. I'm not interested in going to go see no bulldog, a colorful bulldog show. I'm just not. I'm not. And I even seen a person with a monkey inside the dog show. And a lizard and a snake. I haven't seen nobody with a horse yet. But it's shit in there that if your dog catch that shit, it's going to cost you a lot of money to get rid of that disease from a dog that is, from an animal that's an exotic itself inside of the building with your dog. Exotic animals carry shit that dogs don't carry. So you got to keep that shit in mind. One of them fucking things mess around and scratch your dog, you might as well throw his ass away. Because he ain't never gonna be a good dog no more. You know, he ain't never gonna be a good dog today. That, you know, and through the traits of the pit bull terrier, through all the traits, the watchdog, the band dog, which the band dog got that American bulldog in him, and some people say he got that he got that mastiff in him. So therefore, razor's edge can have a little splash of mastiff in it. It can have a little splash of American bulldog in it. If he got the band dog in it. That's what made the band dog. Then you got the watchdog and you got the Hemphill pit bull that was named. That was actually named. Then you got the Camelot breedings that was done that people saw. Some of them wasn't on the paperwork, but they were breedings that people saw. Camelot dogs are big old dog. Y'all actually called. Hey, I like the Hulk. Shout out to the Hulk. But the Hulk could be a good example of a Camelot dog. The size of one. The size of one. All that shit is in razor's edge. Then you got calf line dogs inside. All these big ass dogs inside one dog. And then you get dogs like that come out 13 inches today. And you be like, fuck, what the hell happened? It ain't no way you can't sit there and say that somebody's tripping for asking that question. How would somebody be tripping for asking you a question of how the fuck did a 21-inch dog become 13 inches? Like, really, man. Really, really, really. You got dogs. You got just too many big-ass dogs. How did a 21-inch dog begin to throw 16-inch, 15-inch, 13-inch puppies? That is one of the biggest lies, the greatest stories ever motherfucking told right now. We don't even know. Ain't nobody can say no. The dog started off at 21 inches. And now you got a motherfucking 13-inch dog? Y'all hey, whoever owned that shit should be at fault. You should be the main one that I'm talking to right now. You should be the main one that get up and say, here's my paperwork, and this is how this motherfucker became 13 inches. Since you want to shit on Razor's Edge. That's just since you want to shit on him. You shitting on a dog that was 21 inches, could run, could swim, could jump, could bite a ball, could pop a basketball. And you shorten him all the way the fuck down to a dog that has fucking problems with a tennis ball. And really, some of the motherfuckers even play with golf balls. Damn. Damn, son, where'd you find this? I mean, like, come on, man. And you can't possibly say that there's a dog running around any fucking ring better than a Razor's Edge dog. And if he is better than him, you used it. You used it and didn't put it on your paperwork. It ain't gonna stop being said, and we don't give a fuck who the fuck gets mad. It ain't gonna stop being said, sorry. No, I am an advocate of Pit Bull Terrier, Staffordshire Terrier, dolichocephalic dogs. And no, I didn't say I didn't like your little brachiocephalic dogs. I don't like the sick ones. I don't even like they sick ass owners who completely thought that you were making a better dog than Razor's Edge. A lot of motherfuckers actually just literally thought that shit. That was a thought in your mind. It never happened. It just never fucking happened. It never happened. Okay? The band dog was at it. The band dog was at it. It was made from the American Pit Bull Terrier. But there was no motherfucking bulldog in there. The American Bully come from bull-type dogs, not bull-type dogs, not bulldogs. Get that shit through your head. And some Mastiffs. Nah, man, we can't put Mastiff in there. We put Mastiff in that shit. Shit, we gonna too. We gonna have to put him in Razor's Edge too. Cause it was some bad dog in Razor's Edge. That's Mastiff. That Mastiff blood, it's the American Bulldog blood. That's what it is. It's that Mastiff blood and that American Bulldog blood. Why would you want to shorten up this dog? Y'all incorporated dogs that don't even make no fucking sense. And you can't even put it on the paperwork to show you did it. I remember when Razor's Edge came to Sacramento in the 90s. When everybody had never seen a blue dog. Everybody was so stuck on red-nosed pit bulls. When motherfucking Mr. Wilson them bought them bitches down there to Sacramento. I would like to tell Mr. Wilson that was the best thing he could have ever did, because those dogs never left the town. They never got outbred. They never got outcrossed. You could go damn near to a lot of people who are real bully breeders in Sacramento and get you a his ass dog. That's a fact. That's one reason why I'm a Razor's Edge advocate, is because the first dog that I had that was a bully was Razor's Edge. The second dog that I had that was a bully was Mr. Miyagi crossed to Gotti. Fucked up dog. Went swimming with that motherfucker and he couldn't get out the pool. Fucked up dog. I had that dog because people in Sacramento was jumping on the motherfucking bandwagon. Okay? And I'm going to tell you about me. Me, myself, personally. I kind of lightweight was too. Because the guys that I was fucking with was breeding those dogs. And I had action at getting at those dogs. I had action at getting those dogs. And I liked a few of them. But as time went by, I noticed that motherfucker was lazy. He couldn't do nothing. Shout out to my nigga from Active Bullies. Because that's where I got a lot of them motherfuckers from. In Sacramento, bruh. Real nigga shit. I got Miyagi crossed to Gotti in Sacramento from Active Bullies. That's where I got it from. All my dogs I got from a bully kennel. But then I had to stop getting them from bully kennels because I knew about pit bulls and all type of shit, but I didn't know about how this fucking Razor's Edge was bred. I didn't know about that. And this happened about 2000, 2001. I started seeing, I don't like this little motherfucker right here. Because we had a dog, back then his name was Domino. He was an all-white dog with brindle patches on him. And when Gotti came out, no, I'm not shitting on Gotti. I like Gotti dogs. Respect to Gotti. But when he came out, he couldn't fuck with Domino. He couldn't fuck with no pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? He was smaller. How can you take that small ass dog? Hey man, I'm not gonna. It's a lot of people in the region where I live, where I come from, bruh. Hey, they still be animal fighting, man. They do. They'll be out there animal fighting. So, you know, a lot of the dogs you make, when they come to sack, a nigga might want to hit that motherfucker real quick, see if he go. See if he can rumble. And a lot of the new dogs y'all making, they ain't got no spark. No drive. As soon as they get in there, they fucked. No, YouTube, I am not promoting dog fighting. Please forgive me. Excuse me for keeping it real with these people who have totally taken the Razor's Edge bully and fucked it up to a dog that can't even breathe. In California, niggas fight dogs. I don't know why they lying. You don't see a motherfucker with a dog that's ready to snatch your face off and you don't think he ain't fought that dog before. Bullshit. That nigga done fought that dog. And he'll fight that motherfucker right now for the right price. Okay? Let that sink in your fucking head. When it comes to these dogs, man. We come from a city of hitters. Everybody want a hitter. Don't lie, motherfuckers, if y'all in my area. Y'all know y'all want a hitter. Y'all boast on hitters. My dog can hit that motherfucker right now. You'll hear that shit in the streets where I live at all the time. All the time. If a nigga got a dog, he'll hit your shit right now. That's what it's all about. And most of those dogs ain't gonna come in blue, gray, tricolored, or merle dogs. Most of them motherfuckers be black, be brown, be red. Some of them be white, piebald white. They be ready to bite your dog motherfucking face off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Then you got this little bitty motherfucker acting tough, hanging out the window, barking at people, and people only like him because he's pretty. He don't do nothing else but be pretty. That's not a dog. That's a pretty dog. That's a purse dog. That ain't where. Look, when I the way I remember a dog, ain't no fucking way you can have a little dog like that. So what is they useful for? What is they useful for, man? You want to take if you want to take Razor's Edge and destroy it and talk about Razor's Edge, and a motherfucker like me want to get back at the dog community and be like, well, okay, then what the fuck you got? If you gonna motherfucker just talk about this and destroy Razor's Edge, well, what you got? You got a dog that can't even run. But you want to talk about Razor's Edge? This is impossible, man. That shit is impossible. And then you took the whole umbrella from Razor's Edge. Y'all, the dog community, think they made this shit. Everybody with a bully right now today, you think you made this shit. You think them dogs y'all got made this shit. You forgot the fight with Mr. Wilson in the AKC. Don't never forget that fight with Mr. Wilson in the AKC when they kicked all you motherfuckers up out the park. They kicked all you motherfuckers out the park. All you gangbanging motherfuckers, get out the park right now. And guess what y'all go do? Run over there and go get AKC paperwork. I mean UKC paperwork. Excuse me, UKC. I ain't getting on y'all. I ain't talking about nobody. But you know that was real. Kicked all you gangbanging motherfuckers up out the park. Take your dog, take little gangbanger with you, put his little gangbanging ass in the car, and get the fuck up out of here. Take your gangbanging ass dogs, take your gangbanging families, get your gangbanging asses up out of here. That's what they basically told you, motherfuckers. That's what they told Razor's Edge. That's what they told Gotti. They didn't tell that to no bully alive right now in the game. Right now. They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me that. You want to know why? Because we wasn't in there with Razor's Edge dogs. Or Gotti dogs. Or blue line dogs. Or gray line dogs. There was many lines of dogs. We wasn't in there with them motherfuckers. This shit you got today, that shit wasn't even thought of. The UKC, I'm not talking about UKC. I like UKC. But they wanted your dog breed destroyed. That's why they put the... And y'all ran with that shit, the heavy bulldog features. They did that to the paperwork on purpose. The next thing you know, the dogs started turning colors. And the exaggerations came in with them funky ass features. That's the history of the real American bully. If you was around this motherfucker breeding dogs like I wasn't breeding them, I was buying them. Shit, Nunu on the front of my page right now. That's a G2 Dax and a Miyagi dog. I had those fucking dogs. And then it just made me just think. I already had all these fucking bully dogs. And none of these motherfuckers are better than a Razor's Edge dog. They're all names. They're all names. Until you own one, you won't know what the fuck I'm saying. You gotta own that shit. Some of them, they so big, they fart all the time. You can't keep them in the house without having a fan or a window open. You can't keep them in the house. They eat all day. They are not athletic worth the fuck. All the things that Razor's Edge were is all the things these dogs aren't. But the name that was given to these motherfucking exaggerated dogs was incredible. Oh my gosh. When the exaggeration kicked in, yeah, bully breeders like me remember all of this shit. And I'm pretty sure other American bullies like the Razor's Edges and the Gottis, they all remember this shit. When y'all was sneaking in the back door and we was catching y'all with the little bulldogs and shit. Some of y'all was damn. Y'all, hey, the bully gang crazy to the motherfucker, dog. I'm telling you, they was breeding little Boston Terrier dogs. And the shit, and what's that? Is it the Shih Tzu? Yeah, he was so common. You can look at a dog, you knew damn well he came off a Pekingese or a Shih Tzu. These are all the people that might as well should have said, thank you, Mr. Wilson, but fuck you. Fuck the Elite Edge. That's what they might as well should have said. They didn't sit here and kick the door down for you motherfuckers to come up in here with the dogs. Then y'all come up in here just bullshit. Y'all should have looked at Mr. Wilson and all the Elite Edge and all the rest of them lines and just threw up the straight middle finger to them and said, fuck you. Now we here, we gonna take over this motherfucker. And we ain't bringing your dog with us. Ain't that what the game did, Bully Gang? Huh? Bully Gang, come on, y'all. Y'all know y'all did that to the game. Did that to the dog. Ain't never motherfucking dog walking the floor was there when the UKC kicked your ass out that park. Huh? You was there? What you say? Was you mad in a motherfucker when they told you we don't accept gangbangers in our shows? They called you a gangbanger. And you probably don't even gangbang. You probably don't even gangbang. You just like to wear saggy clothes. At that point in time, people like to wear baggy clothes. It was still they still had that 90s hip-hop swang going on. So he was wearing them baggy clothes. But that don't mean he a gangbanger. Because he wearing baggy clothes. But that's what your paperwork say. That's what the dude who wrote on your paperwork say. Look on your paperwork. You see, you couldn't come to the goddamn dog show, nigga. You couldn't even be there. They had the police escort your ass off of there. Then they went and fucked up some shit and said the dog should have a heavy bulldog influence. Then they said, y'all could come over here, bring us some of that money. Y'all could come over here. You know you ain't got a dog good enough to be in the ABKC anyway. Come over here. Bring that dog with the heavy bulldog features on over here. We finna fuck up Razor's Edge. We about to fuck up Gray Line. Gotti is finna die. That's what they said. And the community. See, because you can look at the dogs and see the fucked upness in the dogs. They ran right to that shit. Ran right to it. And in less than 10 years, because this is 10 years later, all the dogs are fucked up. You ain't got no good dog. And if you got a good dog, that bitch come off Razor's Edge. He got Razor's Edge in his bloodline, and you just didn't put it on the pedigree. And that's a fact. And you know goddamn well we not lying. You know damn well it can't be a lie. That ain't no fucking lie. How can it be a lie when ain't no bulldog gonna make no dog that pretty and pull his skin back like that and make his skin all tight like a pit bull? And he'd be ready to go at a dog's ass right now? Right now? Fuck out of here. Show me them little ass dogs in the next dog show that'll go out there and fuck up a dog. I'll be waiting, I'll be looking, I'll be watching just like everybody else. When you look at the dog, you should say he lost if he's in the back and his owner gotta pull him. Look at the last dog show if you think I'm lying. I seen the owner. You can see it too. The owner's pulling the dogs. The dog too slow and too fat to want to walk. Thank you for fucking up Razor's Edge that way too. The dog too fat and too slow to want to walk. Walking in the dog ring make that fat ass dog want to sit down. Just make him want to sit down. No, I'm not hating. Razor's Edge wasn't a fat dog. These is dogs that used to put the people. Hey, people would put weights on these dogs and these dogs pull the weights. Everybody out there that had a Razor's Edge dog was loving that goddamn dog. They did so much shit with that dog that you can't do with that motherfucker you got today. You can't do that with that dog, man. Put some weights on that dog and have him pulling the damn weights. These new ass dogs will fall the fuck out. They'll fall out. Exercise, no. You don't make no exercise video with that stupid ass dog. He ain't gonna do nothing. He a white tri. He's a rat terrier. That's what he is. He's a fox terrier. Yeah, the muscle going on your dog. Yeah, when you put the white tri on it trying to sell it. That's salesman shit. You ain't building a dog, you building a car. The fuck? That ain't no motherfucking dog. That motherfucker is a white tri. Then you got dogs. Oh, you ain't seen the new bully. That motherfucker look like a full-fledged Doberman Pinscher. Straight up fucking Doberman Pinscher, man. Razor's Edge ain't shit. We ain't gotta fuck with Razor's Edge. We could go breed to Adobe and take the colors off Adobe and put it on the new American bully. Now that bitch running around here looking like a big ass Doberman bully. Adobe bully. A bully Dobie. That's how they repay Razor's Edge in the American bully community. This is how you repay them. Why you didn't have that motherfucking Doberman looking dog at the park when the UKC was kicking your ass out of it? And ain't none of y'all had no fucking registry. You wasn't even thinking about dogs. You even like dogs. You can't even have a dog. And most of the women used to straight up shit on a dog. God dang, you got these girls out here, they'll murder your ass about a dog now. But they hated them motherfucking dogs. Get that stinking ass dog away from here. You can't come in my house. None of that shit. None of that motherfucking shit, nigga. Now you got this motherfucker right in your house, nigga. And you promote that motherfucker like a Mike Tyson show, nigga. You promote that bitch like a Snoop Dogg album, nigga. You promote that motherfucker. What's that blanks? Bronick, Pure Stock, Tennessee, Louisiana, Michigan, Razor's Edge, Gator, Jeep Lines, all descendants of Kobe. Yeah, good looking, man. You know what I'm saying? We need them. Who is this? Blanks, Bronick. Please look into him if y'all need some real lines, some real good stock. Not that bulldog shit. Not that bulldog shit. The shit that can't pull no weights. Y'all dogs can't pull no weights today, huh? They ain't jumping up snatching at ropes like they supposed to. Because they come from that dog that jumps up and snatches at ropes. But these dogs don't do it today. Plus they white tries and they don't got tails. Oh man, y'all dogs, some of these dogs ain't got no tails. This ain't a dog fighting dog. Because I know dogs that fight with no tails. He a pit bull with no tail. He ain't got a tail. We ain't gonna tell you what happened to his tail. But he ain't got a tail. These dogs don't. In California, motherfuckers need to be embarrassed with this shit. This is not, that's not a California trait, motherfucker. You know, we just don't get down like that. Nigga, you niggas know y'all come from fighting dogs. We from SAC over here. And YouTube, I ain't promoting this shit, but these motherfuckers promoting these sick dogs and don't nobody say nothing. Nobody say shit about the sick dogs or the fucked up dog and the dog that's trapped in the cage all goddamn day long. I don't know why he in that cage all day. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. It fucks me up. When you had a Razor's Edge dog, when you had one, you could have let him off the chain. He'd have sat right there by you. I'm gonna promote Razor's Edge. I don't know why I say the things that I say, but it's the dogs, you know, that people grow up under, man. And those was the dogs that always grew up under is a fucking pit bull. The bully game didn't change the eyes. You know, the changing of the eyes from pit bull. When they say that Razor's Edge has almond-shaped eyes, go look at the dog's eyes that it come from. When you look at the Staffordshire Terrier one, that to me, that's one of the prettiest dogs ever built. Shit, he got them almond-shaped eyes. But he come from the Pit Bull Terrier. The Pit Bull Terrier got... I've seen a couple round-shaped eyes on the Pit Bull Terrier too. But they got them tight eyes. And that dolichocephalic nose. And that black around the lips. That black around the eyes. Sometimes that pink will come out too. All that shit come from the Pit Bull. But these bully breeders don't want to say that shit. They got dogs. I don't believe that dog is a bully. You could call it a bully. I'm not going to fight you. But you or your dog or your whole kennel and anybody in that goddamn kennel wasn't in that park when UKC was kicking your ass out. And then you came over and you changed the eye color. You changed the dog's color. Right after Razor's Edge helped you. And the Pit Bull helped you. Everybody helped you. Then you came over and you changed the tail and the feet. And you made the legs shorter. You did. The dog don't got a wrist. Most of the people out here that breed bullies don't even know that a dog is supposed to have a wrist. You didn't let a man and a woman convince you that this dog is a reindeer. You didn't let somebody come and tell you that the real pit bull is a reindeer. It's disrespect to the pit bull to even use that word. That's why I use it a lot. I like that word because I want you guys, you know, you have to remember how you disrespected the dog while you're creating your dog. I like your dog, but I like Razor's Edge better. And that's just all it is to it. I like the pit bull. I like a staff. I like a dog that can fucking breathe. It's sad, man, to take them dogs and fuck them up like that. And I really have a problem with it. So now when I look at your dogs and how you pull them around the ring, some of them even dookie. God dang. You just don't want to say this shit about these dogs, but it's fucked up when you look at the dog. He a cur from the gate. You got a lot of these people with cur-ass dogs. They scary. This dog is scary as a bitch. But you'll walk him in the ring. And as long as, you know, the people ain't paying attention and you got these young niggas out here that really know just extra much about dogs because he's got 100 grand and 75 grand he's made off dogs. He know more than you about a dog. You can't tell him shit. But his dog just defecated on the floor over here. And some of them run behind their owner's legs. Never seen this shit till you seen an American bully. This motherfucker behind you. You gotta protect the dog. God dang. You fucked the dog up so bad you gotta protect it. Make you not want a dog, man. It make you not even want that motherfucker no more, man. You know what I mean? And then you just, when you try to hide this shit. This how you shit it on Razor's Edge, though. So we're not gonna shit on your dogs. We're just gonna talk about the shit they do, like get their ass whooped and then run. A lot of them American bullies will get their ass whooped and don't fight back. A lot of them American bullies will get their ass whooped and roll on the ground on their back. That's a submission phase. You rolling on your ground. You're on your back. You's a punk, nigga. You come from a fucking terrier dog anyway. A Scottish terrier dog anyway. A herding dog anyway. You should not be called a bully. You should not be called a bully. You didn't want to tell us that you had that Buceran dog in there. I looked up a lot of dogs. I said these motherfuckers got tricolors coming from everywhere. Now you got one dog that looked like the goddamn Rottweiler completely. Then you got this new dog. He looked like the Doberman completely. Then you got another new goddamn tricolored dog. He is all white. So them is all breeds that ain't gonna be on the paperwork. You can clearly see 3 different tricolored dogs, which none of those dogs, none of them, was in that park with UKC. I don't give a fuck if you was a tricolored dog. You probably would have got ran out that park with that tricolored dog, because that shit wasn't supposed to be in the breed. You probably would have got ran out that fucking park. That's what happened. You would have got the fuck up out that park, because nobody would have wanted to see your fucking mutt. That's exactly what it is, a mutt. What is a mutt, bully world? When you come up in here with a white goddamn bully with a motherfucking saddle on his back, complete saddle on his back. Damn, who snuck the German? Damn, who did this? Who the fuck snuck him? They just walking the mutts through the back door and none of y'all catching them. And I am pointing your ass out. Gonna point your ass out like I pointed out that Chinese Shar-Pei. Knew you was breeding that dog before you even called it a velvet. Knew you was breeding that dog. Knew it. Y'all don't like no goddamn bully, man. You don't like no bully. You never have liked the bully. You always want to miss the potato head, the dog. And it's sad that, you know, a lot of people gonna get on here and they're gonna big up your dog. Oh man, you know, that dog fire, man. That's one of the hottest dogs out here. He ain't raised his edge though. So how the fuck he one of the hottest dogs out here? Raised his edge said the stud books was always open. Well, when you added the new fucking dog, why you didn't put it on the stud book so we could all bred to that shit you added? Fucking liar. You's a liar too. You're a liar too. You don't got no brindle dog. Don't got no pit bull traits in them dogs. No brindles, no reds, no fawns. Don't got no dog. All the dog breeders, because they don't breed razor's edge. So they're not going to come out with a dog that look like Remy. These are all the traits that you're not bringing back forth to the table. But we got white tries and Merles. God dang, that fucking Merle. We don't even need to talk about that dog. That's sad, man. That you would take a herding dog. A herding dog. You took a herding dog. And you know you took that motherfucking herding dog, nigga. Dave, you even know they took the herding dog. All you motherfuckers know they took the herding dog. And they bred to the herding dog. Y'all got bullies. You put them outside. And they probably want to protect your livestock now. You can't say they don't. Well, a lot of y'all that's breeding bullies too don't live in places like I do. You got a normal house in a normal neighborhood. We got a house in the woods. You got a house in the neighborhood. See, people that breed in the neighborhoods, they breed different. The motherfucking people in the neighborhoods with garages, because the most of the time I've ever seen puppy milling were in Sacramento. I seen puppy milling in Sacramento. It was in the garage. Most of the time I've ever seen it. They don't want you to hear the dog. And you switching the colors up and shit, you doing it in the garage. I seen it. I seen the lady. I seen it. I could get really in trouble in Sacramento for telling on some of the shit that I seen some of the guys doing. And they would fight. Just do it, man. Animal cruelty is something I'm not into. But most of the dogs that come out of my region, the only reason that dog got bred is because he was good. I'm going to just say that. He was good. He held his shit. That's the only reason he got bred. That's the only reason that motherfucker got bred. He held his shit. A Merle pit. Yeah, a Merle pit bull. You ever seen one? Have you ever seen one in a box? They don't even got them in the box. They got dogs that they don't take to the box. They say we don't like to do our dogs like that. Well, you shouldn't be in the Razor's Edge bully world. Those dogs that Razor's Edge is in Razor's Edge bloodline. They come out the box because the nigga that was breeding the motherfuckers come out the box. He came out the box. No, I don't agree with a dog fighting, but you know what? If a dog get off the chain and he do his shit, that's what he was built for. Y'all dogs out here ain't built for shit. And I'm sorry if I have to say that you fucked up Razor's Edge to make your dog. Like, you know what? To be honest, Razor's Edge didn't fuck up the pit bull, but it didn't make it better either. You know what I mean? You can't take a pit bull and make a pit bull better. But it did take the blood from the pit bull. And a lot of pit bull people was like, that fucked up dog y'all making that dog is bullshit. And you using our blood to make it. That was him. That was the Elite Edge. They were doing that, but they were making bigger dogs. And the dogs were too big. And the pit bull people didn't want that shit. They was like, man, them dogs shouldn't be up under our moniker. Our moniker of pit bull terrier, those dogs should not be here up under that. Call your dog something different. Don't call this big ass monster a pit bull. He's not. So the pit bull had a problem with Razor's Edge and Gotti too. And it was respected. Razor's Edge and Gotti was like, you know, they had to do what they had to do to come away from under that umbrella. Because that ain't no pit bull. And you get somebody, one of them big ass dogs bite somebody, and they gonna come over here and attack us. And I felt what them pit bull people was talking about. Because now I'm looking at all these mutt dogs bite people on TV, and they blame that shit on the American Bully. If you would have left the dog Razor's Edge, you wouldn't have little kids getting bit. I thought you was changing the temperament. No, they didn't change the temperament, because when you add a mutt to a mutt, you don't know what the fuck kind of temper he got no more. The pit bull had a good temperament when it came to kids. The Staffy had a good temperament when it came to kids. Mixing a pit bull to a Rottweiler and a Mastiff, you don't know what the fuck that bitch gonna have when it come to kids. That's a ticking time bomb. That's a bomb. That is a bomb. When you take a pit bull and you mix that bitch to a Mastiff and you throw some Connie Corso in there to turn him blue or some Pressa Connect, man, that dog might bite the shoulder off your baby. And guess what they gonna say that dog was? An American Bully. And he wasn't no bully. That's what you made. That's a mutt. I see plenty of them around here. Y'all blue dogs. The blue dogs, those blue bullies, those aren't bullies. Those aren't bullies. No, those are Pressa Canarios and Connie Corso crosses too. You know it. And if the kid get bit or somebody get bit and your ass go to jail, you remember that shit that it was already said. Stop crossing them big ass dogs. Looking for an XL dog that you know you can't do nothing with when you get that motherfucker anyway. Ain't no nigga in no neighborhood need to have no XL anyway. If you don't live out here with me, in the woods, you don't need no XL. You don't need it. You ain't got no room for them. If you're 150 pounds like me, you don't need no XL. You don't need no XL. You're 150 pounds, you don't need no XL. That dog might be 250 pounds when it comes to you pulling him off of somebody's ass. 75 or something like 75, 107, 225. Wait a minute, let me get this right. They said this dog had 175 PSI bite pressure on his jaw. That's the power of a big ass XL dog. 175 PSI. That can hurt your fucking body bad. Me, little smaller dudes, you know what I'm saying? Dudes that ain't that big. What you doing with an XL? Because if he get mad, ain't nothing that I probably could really do with that dog. And nobody else my size can do with that dog. That's just facts. Why do we mix dogs if we don't want nobody talking about the dog? If we don't want nobody calling it a mud? Why you mix that motherfucker in? Why you fuck up Razor's Edge? That's what you, why you do that? And then nobody wouldn't have the look that was considered unique, man. That come from Razor's Edge. The look that was considered unique in the American bully world, because y'all bullies don't look unique. They don't look unique. When you look at today's bullies, you can't identify this dog. You can't say every dog in the bully game right now look like one dog. No, they don't. They got his own name. They don't look like one dog. They got his own name. Damn big dog XL dogs of the past are not pets. No. Wasn't it a fighting dog? The Cordoba dog? That motherfucker was big like an XL and he wasn't a pet. You know what I'm saying? They were soldiers, guards, sentinels, true working dogs. Blanks Brainerd, they were. I think all big dogs, you know what I'm saying, are soldiers and guards and guard dogs. I think all big dogs should be used as soldiers and guard dogs. Sentinels, true working dogs. They should. They should be used as that. You shouldn't have a coward ass dog. Your wife might, you know, somebody's wife might be getting attacked, and you got this coward ass dog. You know what I mean? You go fuck him up when you get home. You gonna want to bake his ass or something. So you shouldn't want to take the drive. These guys took drive out the American bully. He's not a scent hound or a sight hound no more. And that's what really fucks up. What is the pit bull terrier? Is the pit bull terrier a scent hound? See, because whatever the pit bull is, that's not what these dogs are today. That's just, they're not scent dogs, they're not sight dogs, they're not shit dogs, they're on the couch dogs. This dog that I just showed you is still asleep. They won't wake up dogs. You took the dog and fucked it up, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, that hurts to a motherfucker who like a dog, like you like the pit bulls. That hurts. That hurts. A lot of Staffordshire Terrier was in the watchdog. When you look at the watchdog, I looked at the watchdog, which is in the American bully, the real one. There was the Staffordshire Terrier in there. You look at today's dogs, their necks, their shoulders and necks connect. Well, why your dog necks get so short? The American bully was built from a Staffordshire and a pit bull dog. Why the neck on the dogs get so short? You know, see that kind of shit. That kind of shit make you ask and make you want to raise questions because you just sat here and fucked up Razor's Edge. You fucked it up. Did you do that on purpose? But then you got a dog who has this short neck now. His head damn near sits on the shoulders. He can't run. He's not comparable to. You know what? You might catch me sounding like a broken record when it comes to talking about he can't run, he can't swim, he don't got no wrist. That's something that I'll repeat over and over again. besides the fucked up colors, because y'all thought that shit was pretty, but really it was a disrespect to Razor's Edge, who even allowed you to be pretty. But then again, we disrespected the pit bull. People disrespected the pit bull making Razor's Edge. Now here goes these new dogs disrespecting Razor's Edge to make their dog. It's a circle. It goes around the circle. It goes around the circle. And a lot of that, it's not even was said. We already know that a lot of the watchdog blood come off the pit bull. When you look at the creation of the American bully, the real true American bully, it comes from the pit bull. And I don't give a damn about how many pocket dogs you really got. I like your pocket dogs. I might even get a pocket dog myself. But that motherfucker should never come first place. It should never win a trophy. It should never be put anywhere over a Razor's Edge bully. A Gotti line bully. A gray line pit bull. Gray line, did they consider themselves bully though? I think Gray line considered themselves pit bull, huh? They considered themselves pit bull. I think. I heard one of them say they were pit bulls. There was some big ass dogs and they looked different from pit bulls with them big ass whip tails. But you want to know what? Those was Mr. Moore dogs. And you didn't have no right to cross it. It don't matter how that motherfucker looked. It looked just like Mr. Moore wanted to look. And you didn't have no right to cross it. You could have made your own motherfucking dog. That's just basically how it is. You could have made your own dog. That dog was put in the Razor's Edge. Somebody else did that though. Mr. Wilson didn't do that one. Wait a minute. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Damn, this is a cold story. The coldest story ever told is Razor's Edge and Gray Line and all these stories, man. I like these dogs. And what make me really like these motherfuckers even more is when I look at the dogs of today and see how much fucked up they are in a 10-year period. They got more fucked up in 10 years than 10 years ago, man. 10 years ago, it was some nice shit popping off with dogs in the bully world. Right now, today, you can still go and get a nice-ass pit bull terrier. But you can't get a nice-ass bully. You could get a colorful one. And if you want a fat, wide bully, to be truthful, that shit ain't bully neither. Razor's Edge was never fat and wide. Gotti, it got fat and wide when it allegedly got crossed to a fucking Mastiff, Neapolitan Mastiff. Gray Line was never fat and wide. The blue line dogs still aren't fat and wide right now today. If you go look at them today, they got nice definition to them. When you had these big fat and wide dogs walking around that just can't walk, yeah, we got a problem with that. I'm pretty sure everybody in the bully world got a problem with that. But if you say something about it, you will be ostracized and you will be overlooked. Who the fuck cares? If you like a real dog, be overlooked. You're going to be overlooked anyway because you're kicking their ass all the time. And the truth need to be told. So sometimes the truth just have to come out. The dogs come from fighting dogs. Why your dog don't fight? The dog should fight. Pit bulls don't like to fight. Y'all quit giving that pit bull a bad name too. A lot of them motherfuckers are house dogs, family dogs. You can walk a pit bull. I know people with pit bulls that come off violent lines, nigga, some crazy ass lines. But they walk the dog down the street and he just walks down the street. He be walking down the street. He ain't violent. Till another dog come fuck with him, then he might go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then he might go crazy. Which is, a pit bull terrier is said to be, be crosses of a mastiff. What is this right here? Do you think that there is mastiff in the pit bull? Fuck no. Fuck no. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. Who is this? All right. I got people coming in. I could get back on in about an hour or two. And when I do, I'll continue to talk about some more dogs. I hope the rest of the world get back on so we can talk about some of these dogs because we're looking bad in the community as a bully community. We're looking bad, man. Y'all say, oh, the dogs look good. Not the outside community, not the hunters, not the people who live. Not the people who live around this motherfucker. They don't say no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't usually normally say shit like that when you come outside. You gotta walk out my door. You gotta walk out that door, boy, and that motherfucker dark like that. You take that exotic dog ass and bring his ass out here. See? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I like to talk about the Razor's Edge and what you did. And when you fucked up the dog. Now it's a whole total different scene now, huh? Yeah, what your little exotic dog would do right now, or any one of them little brachiocephalic dogs that you create right now. When them motherfuckers come out here and it's cold out here too, and they ain't got no fur on them motherfuckers, and they scary as shit too, they can't fuck with this. This is how the outside look. No lights, no street poles. You got houses with lights on them. We all got lights on our houses, but nah, bruh. When you come out here, you gotta have a real dog. And that goddamn American bully shit, it just ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it.